Hey there, thanks for checking out this video. I got like a little stepping matters thing going on here this morning. Boy, oh boy, check this out. It snowed last night. We only got about maybe 2 or 3 inches of fresh snow, fresh powder. Boy, oh boy, it's absolutely beautiful. Now, here it is, March the, I think it's the 8th today, and you know, I gotta admit, I'm looking forward to spring. But on the other hand, boy, oh boy, this is so beautiful. You know, there's a few things I love to do in life, like we all do. I guess we have our wonderful moments, but one of the things I really enjoy is just walking in nature. Walking in nature. Maybe riding my motorcycle through the back roads. I love the beach too, but you know, today I have to tell you, there's no way I would trade this pathway this morning with all this fresh, beautiful snow. I would not trade it for a beach in Florida. No, give me this and I'm perfectly happy. Actually, there's no wind this morning, and walking through here is it's kind of like a little slice of heaven, I have to admit. But like I was saying earlier, there's a few things I really like doing in life, and of course relaxing, going on vacations, spending time with good friends, great conversation, good food, maybe some gourmet food from time to time. A lot of wonderful things that life has to offer. Travel and discovering new things, new places in the world that we haven't seen, new adventures to go on, that type of thing. But there's something I absolutely hate doing. Oh boy, with a passion. You know what that is? It's dealing with, well, I'll tell you. I don't know if you've ever been down this street, but I have for the last few days. And it's dealing with the Canadian government, specifically the CRA, the Canada Revenue Agency. Man, oh man, I tell you what, these guys, they are so screwed up, so not knowing what the hell they're doing, that it is just mind-boggling. Yeah, let me tell you what's happening. Last Thursday, I got a call from the CRA, and well, looks like I got a little company here. Good morning. What a beauty dog. I gotta ask you, is it like a Labradoodle or something?
Bernedoodle.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Beauty. Loves the snow, I bet.
Oh, it loves it, loves it. Can't get enough.
Take care.
Thank you.
So yeah, getting back to my CRA thing. You know, during the COVID period over the last 2 years, the Canadian government has made certain relief benefits available to the public. If you were working and you're out of work, or if you're self-employed and out of work, you could apply for some of these benefits. So anyway, I did. And then 1 year went into the next, and they had some more COVID benefits available, which you had to apply for and, of course, be eligible for. And you know what? When it comes to things like this and dealing with the government, I learned my lesson a long time ago. To be meticulous and to follow the rules. You know, cross every T, dot every I. Make no mistake about it, because if you screw up even just a little bit, they're going to find some reason to deny you. So I made sure to follow all the rules. And I applied for the benefits, and I went ahead and I got them. But then I got a call from them saying that I wasn't qualified. And I had to take this gentleman, let's call him Bob, who called me from CRA last Thursday. And he started to explain to me that I didn't qualify because I didn't meet certain criteria that was in the fine detail. This is what he said, the fine detail. I'm going, well, hang on there, Bob. Fine detail, what exactly do you mean? I'm looking on the government website and my eligibility meets all the requirements as laid out in your website. He says, yes, sir, but there are some fine details that will actually negate your eligibility. I said, well, what fine details? So he starts reading to me this BS frickin' fine print that is nowhere on the government website, anywhere. And I said to him, well, Bob, with all due respect, how can you have something different that you're reading from than what you put out to the public as qualifications for eligibility? He says, well, it's on there somewhere. I said to him, on there somewhere? What do you mean on there somewhere? Point me to exactly where it is. And then he says, now check this. He says, well, I'll have to check with my supervisor to see how to access the page you're looking at. And I says, you got to be kidding. You have different pages and different website than what you put out to the public? And he says, well, it appears so, sir. I said, well, Bob, you got to look at what I'm looking, because you can't have something different than what the public has. It all has to be the same. Otherwise, I don't know why you're calling me. He says, well, sir, I'll have to check with my supervisor. So this was last Thursday. And then on Friday, he calls me back and he says, yeah, I checked and you do not qualify. I says to him, all right, can you please send me the details and explain exactly why I don't qualify. So we went through all this BS all over again for the second time. Eventually, he said to me, well, sir, I think you have a point. Let me talk to my supervisor again. So this is the second time now. These idiots, like I have to call them idiots, they don't know what they're doing. And anyway, I got so frustrated. I said to him, you know, Bob, you're from Service Canada, right? You're calling me from a government agency. And you're called Service Canada? Can you just put yourself in my shoes for a moment? This is not Service Canada. This is Aggravation Canada. He didn't know what to say to that. And then I was kind of on a roll. And I got to tell you what, I was getting a little hot under the collar. And I know I'm dealing with the CRA, which is never a good thing. But, I mean, I had all my ducks in a row. I had everything perfectly submitted. That was really beyond question. And then I had to add my piece de la resistance, you know. I said to him, so Bob, you work for the government, don't you? He says, yes, sir, I do. And I said, correction, Bob, you work for me. You work for the people of Canada. And you need to represent my interests in the best possible light to your superiors. And you make sure that I get the eligibility approved that I fairly applied for. And there's no reason I need to be declined. As you can see, your rules are different from my rules that you give out to the public. So this is making no sense. So now it's Tuesday. That was last week. He said he'd call me back last Friday on Monday. He never called on Monday. And I looked at my CRA account and it's still in a pending status. So I don't know what the hell's going on. These people, I tell you, never ever have I ever dealt with the government where anything ever goes smoothly. You know, it didn't matter if it was my OAS or my guaranteed income supplement, or dealing with a particular name change that really wasn't a name change. It was just a kind of a reference thing, because my name in Hungarian is different than my name in English. So I had to go through a few hoops there. Eventually it worked out, but it took like a year and a half, you know. Yeah, it's just frustrating when it comes to these guys. You know, they go after the little guy who's trying to get a couple $100 a week or whatever out of them, but you know, they don't go after the big dudes. You know, the Panama Papers, the offshore accounts from other politicians, and the WE scandal with the Trudeau situation, millions of dollars just unaccounted for, and scandal after scandal. Doesn't matter what party it is. It could be the Liberals with Trudeau, or it could be the Conservatives with Mulroney and his $30,000 payoff to some French company, I think it was Airbus, for securing aircraft for for Air Canada, I believe. So it just pisses me off, you know. Yeah. And it doesn't matter what party it is. They're all out to like screw the little guy. That's how I feel. And that's my talking points, stepping matters today. So I'm stepping around and talking to you about things that matter to me. And you know, really, I don't mean to bitch. I mean, there's enough bitching around going on in the world, but it's hard to stay quiet. And you know, I don't know if you've had similar experiences and run-ins with the government, but yeah, I just dislike dealing with them. They never get their story straight. Even with this COVID thing in the beginning, they said there was a threshold you had to meet in order to qualify for COVID payments. You had to meet a certain level of revenues and income if you're self-employed. But you know, these idiots don't say whether it's net income or gross income. Yeah, so that just opened up a whole can of worms, and eventually they had to admit that they screwed up and they had to let everybody keep the money because of ambiguity on their part. And then they try to claim the money back later. What a bunch of bastards, eh? Really. But isn't it beautiful going through here? It's absolutely gorgeous. I absolutely love this. It's a cool place to walk and complain. What else can I talk about today? Oh boy, this horrible situation that's going on in the world right now with the Ukraine and Putin. Just what is happening to our world and our society. You know, I'm torn between watching the news and not watching the news. I mean, I want to stay informed and know what's going on over there. But every time I start watching, I get so depressed and frustrated, and I start to get filled with hate for Putin. Oh, I cannot imagine how one human being can be so evil and the people around him tolerate this and support him. Are they just as evil, or are they afraid of getting taken out? Talking about getting taken out. Geez, he should be taken out by his generals, or his Politburo, or whatever the hell he's got over there now. Just unbelievable, and to think that we are actually talking about and considering the possibility of World War III. How the heck did we get here? You know? How is it possible that in 2022, with the advancement in technology and our standing in the world, that we're talking about annihilating each other? Jesus Christ. Tell you what, if there was ever a good time for Christ to come back, this might be it. Or maybe some aliens to come down and say, okay, you dumbass humans, all this shit stops today. Something's got to happen, because we can't just frickin' annihilate ourselves. And then I'm thinking as well that, you know, they're talking about the no-fly zone and all that. At first I thought, well, no, we can't jeopardize a World War III by confronting Putin with NATO. But you know what? I'm not there yet, but I'm almost to the opinion now that yes, we need to confront him. We need to establish that no-fly zone over Ukraine, and it's time for NATO to step up and confront Putin. And I can't believe that all of his generals, because it's not up to Putin himself to push that button. I can't believe that all of his generals want to kill themselves. Because if they launch nukes, they know that the nukes will be launched against them as well. So either it's just Putin who's lost his mind, or all the generals around him are all suicidal. And I just can't believe that. So I'm thinking that the best course of action would be for NATO to step in and stop the war in the Ukraine. And if Putin doesn't back down, then it would be time to take the war to Russia. And I think it probably would remain conventional, although there's smarter minds out there that say it wouldn't remain conventional, that the nukes would start flying. So, yeah, there's been various thoughts on that. And who was it that said there's two things that are infinite, the universe and human stupidity? But he wasn't sure about the former. I think that was Einstein who said that. Yeah. So, try to have a fantastic day. And once again, if you can do something nice for someone today, do not pass up that opportunity. Thanks so much, and have yourself a great day. Catch you on the rebound. Bye-bye.